everybody. Welcome back. We are back with another great episode of Tommy Maroon Sports Show right here at WCTV. It's always a lot of fun. Episode number 219, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm not mistaken. Anyways, it's time to look at the Cleveland Cavaliers because, well, the season's really starting to heat up now. I would say it's the beginning of the season, but my, oh my, they've played almost a quarter of the season already. Looking at team stats, 110.8 points per game, 47.5 field goal percentage, 3-point percentage is at 35 on the dot, free throw percentage at 78.1, rebounds per game at 44.3, assists per game at 25.4, steals per game at 7.5, and blocks per game at 5.3. Time for the game recaps. Cavs at the Sixers. That's right, the Philadelphia 76ers. It was a Cleveland Cavalier win. You can tell it's the in-season tournament by the neon courts and the trophy in the middle of it. I'll admit it's kind of cool. It's also kind of an eyesore at the same time. I'll be quite honest with you folks. Yeah, as you can tell, the game was nationally televised. But I missed the game. I don't know why. It must have been on I don't know, but I do know that I missed the game, and I do feel bad for missing out on the action. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. But the Cavs won, though. 122-119 in overtime. Darius Garland, 32 points. Jared Allen, 26 points, 13 rebounds. Evan Mobley, 18 points, 12 rebounds. Joel Embiid, 32 points and 13 rebounds, while Tyrese Maxey had 30 points. Sixers came back from an 18-point deficit that forced overtime, and the Cavs had 12 more rebounds. Cavs against the Heat was a rough one. The Cavs unfortunately lost that day by a score of 129-96. Hey, at least every Cavs player on the roster that night got a point, and Craig Porter had 16. Kyle Lowry, 28 points. Jaquez Jr., hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I apologize if I did not. 22 points off the bench. Cavs were never winning during the game, and the Heat, however, had 4 more assists, which is kind of hard to believe, but that's just how it was. And then after that, you had the Cavs against the Lakers. LeBron returned to the Rock, and the Cavs unfortunately could not get it done against the greatest Cleveland Cavalier of all time, who spent, of course, 11 seasons here. It was 121-115. Donovan Mitchell returned to the action, gaining 22 points, and then Jared Allen, 21 points, 14 rebounds, and LeBron, 22 points, and Anthony Davis, 32 points, 13 rebounds. Neither team was leading by double digits. It was tightly contested, and the Cavs had 4 more steals than the Lakers. And then the Cavs against the Raptors. The Cavs won it this time, 105-102. Max Strus, 20 points, 11 rebounds. Evan Mobley, 12 points, 14 rebounds. Darius Garland had 24 points and 8 assists. Meanwhile, Pascal Siakam and Jakob Poeltl had 18 points each. And each team was up by 12 at one point. Meanwhile, the Raptors have 1 more rebound. And, of course, tonight the Cavs are hosting the Atlanta Hawks. Not a bad team out there. They got Trae Young. And it's an in-season tournament game. Wow, how about that? Cavs are 2-1 in in-season play. They will not win their respective group because that belongs to the Pacers, who just went undefeated. Meanwhile, the Cavs are currently 9-8, and hopefully they'll go to 10-8 following this game against Atlanta, who is 8-8, just half a game behind those good old Cavaliers. So there is that. Now time to look at Tommy's picks. Yes, sir. High school football state semifinals, including Division I. St. Ed's beat Hilliard Bradley 26-3. Springfield upset Archbishop Moeller 26-19. And Springfield, despite being the number 12 seed and having a 5-5 record in the regular season, they are playing for a state championship now. Division II, Avon was winning 14-3 at one point. Hoban unfortunately came back. Or was it fortunate? I don't know, but I do know that was a good game. What was not a good game, however, was Massillon Washington's game against Anderson, because they just beat the lights out of Anderson 55-7. In Division 3, Toledo Central Catholic ended the Hilltoppers season by giving them a 35-7 loss. Bishop Larson beat Salina 27-14. Meanwhile, Glenville beat Canton South 42-21. And Archbishop Alter beat Steubenville 48-0. My goodness. In fact, Glenville, Canton South was right here in Wadsworth. Who would have thunk it? Division 5, Perry beat Harvest Prep 22-8. And Liberty Center beat Valley View 14-10. In the wonderful world of Division 6, Kirtland beat Garraway by a score 17-0. And Versailles beat Columbus Grove 30-13. Finally, Division 7, Dalton beat Caldwell 55-7. Marion Local beat Patrick Henry by a score 42-0. In the Division 3 world, we are heating up in playoffs. In the playoffs, La Crosse beat Aurora 56-35. North Central 71, Trinity 28. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that North Central's going to win the Stag Bowl, lest a miracle upset happens. And then Wartburg, the Knights beat Whitworth 42-20. Whitewater beat Wheaton 49-42. How about the Alma Scots? The Alma Scots did the impossible. They beat Mount Union. I don't believe it. They beat them at their own game in their own house. Oh my goodness, I do not believe it. It has to be one of the greatest upsets in the history of the D3 tournament. 10-0. I repeat, 10-0 after 3 quarters. 20-10 with under 5 minutes to play. Raiders winning for that entire game. And then right out of nowhere, the Alma College Scots just do a fantastic job to win the game. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. My goodness. Cortland went for 2 against Grove City. They won thanks to the very gutsy call. 25-24. Johns Hopkins beat Union 39-17. And Randolph-Macon beat Ithaca 46-0. In the NFL, the Packers beat the Lions on Thanksgiving, as the Lions may be showing they're a tad bit overrated. 29-22. The Cowboys beat the Commies 45-10, and the 49ers beat the Seahawks 31-13 as the Seahawks are crashing back down to earth. Free Willy beat the Jets, Jets, suck. I'm pretty sure you don't know that by now. They don't have a quarterback. That's what happens when you start Tim Boyle. But then again, the other option, Zach Wilson. Good Lord, 34-13 Miami easily beats the Jets. And then the Saints kicker had 5 field goals, almost had 6, but he missed it. And the Falcons won 24-15. In the Steelers' first game since the tragic news of the the firing of Matt Canada, I should say. It was very sad. I was definitely crying about it because Matt Canada is a really cool guy. The Steelers got over 400 yards and they beat the Burless Bengals 16-10. The Jaguars held on at NRG Stadium where they beat the Texans 24-21 thanks to a missed kick by Houston that would tie the game. A lot of missed kicks this week, I will say that. Colts beat the Buccaneers 27-10. The Colts are now in the number 7 seed in the playoffs. And in what had to have been one of the most eye-soaring games of all time, the Giants hold on to beat the Patriots 10-7 as the Patriots kicker misses wide left. Wide left. The game ends. The Giants are now 4-8 with some very slim hope. And the Patriots have no hope at all. Their team sucks. They should blow it up. Mac Jones is not the answer. I'll tell you that. I mean, they're 2-9. Good Lord. How are you 2-9 as New England? I thought they're always supposed to be good. Goes to show you that when Tom Brady's gone, Bill Belichick's past his prime. Guess you can't have it going. And then the Titans beat Frank Reich. Frank Reich is gone now. 17-10. He got fired. Didn't even finish the whole season. He joins the party with Urban Meyer, Nathaniel Hackett. Of course, they also got fired before they could complete their first season. The Rams took down the Cardinals easily, 37-14. Unfortunately, injury-plagued Browns lost to the Broncos 29-12. They are the reformed Broncos. They are very good now. They can win games. They've won 5 straight. Broncos country is riding. And by the way, it was Scorigami, but still Broncos country is riding now. I wish I could still call them the Magic School Bus's lost episode, but they are not anymore. Chiefs beat the Raiders 31-17. And then in overtime, the Eagles pick up what now? Their 10th win of the season. In overtime over the overrated Buffalo Bills, 37-34. Josh Allen is 0-6, I think, in overtime games. And the Ravens beat the Chargers 20-10. And on a Monday night snooze fest, the Sea Bears on 4 field goals down the Vikings on Josh Dobbs' god-awful day, 12-10. Last week recap, high school football went 12-2, putting me at 116-22. In D3 football, I was 6-2, which means I'm 19-5 in the playoffs. In the NFL, I went 10-6 with 11 points, putting me at 105-77 record with 117 points. Now it's time for Tommy's picks. We're doing it in order of when the games are played. Of course, you see St. Ed's as the number 4 game. They are, of course, not Division 4, they're Division 1, but they are the 4th game that's played. Starts off Thursday night, Hoban against Washington, the biggest game maybe in the history of OHSAA football. The last time these two schools met with such significance on the line was 3 years ago at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium for the state championship. Hoban won 35-6. Hoban has not won ever since. Massillon has not won since 1970. It has been that long. There were no OHSAA playoffs at the time. Are the Washington Tigers a team of destiny, or will the Hoban Knights continue to win what would be yet another state championship? I got to go with my money on the Knights. They're going to avenge last year's loss to Central Catholic, which we'll get to TCC in just a bit. Kirtland plays at Versailles Friday morning. I'm picking Kirtland. And then Division 3, TCC is going to beat Bishop Watterson. Of course, Bishop Watterson, a good school, but Toledo Central Catholic, one of the best schools in the state. They really are. And they won Division 2 last year. And they said, we're not afraid to do it again, even though we're in a lower division. I think they're going to win Division 3 in football. And then St. Ed's against Springfield Friday night, picking St. Ed's. All these games at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium out in Canton, in case you want to go. I would go, but Highland's not in it. So why should I go? I mean, I'm the big high school football fan. You know me. Saturday, Dalton plays Marion local. I'm picking Dalton. And then Saturday afternoon, Perry's going to play Liberty Center, picking Perry. And then Saturday night to close out the high school football season and what was yet another successful and fun high school football season, Glenville will play Archbishop Alter, and Glenville will repeat as state champions. Now, of course, looking back at the beginning of the season, if you were to have told me that St. Ed's would have won Division 1, Hoban was going to win Division 2, Central Catholic Division 3, Glenville Division 4, I would have agreed with you on that. I really would have. And then high school boys basketball, because it is that time of year again. Walsh against Highland. Coach Huska's first game as coach of the Black and Green Brigade. He is going to resurrect the program and lead us to unprecedented heights. Yes, he is. Oh, my goodness. But Walsh won't be easy. I'm going with the Warriors, unfortunately. Nordonia against Mayfield, picking Nordonia. Brunswick will beat Avon Lake. Here's an upset. I got Medina beating St. Ignatius at the Den. That's what it's called, I believe. The Wildcat Den. And then University Schools, my lock of the week. They'll be beating those, who do you call them? Max Hayes Lakers. Revere will take down Bay. Wadsworth over Worcester. Boardman Spartans going to host the Lake Blue Streaks, but I think the Streaks are going to win. Strongsville against Olmsted Falls, picking the Mustangs. Middies over Keystone. Twinsburg against Kenston. I think the Brecksville Broadview Heights Bees will beat the Copley Indians at the double-decker known as Copley's Gym. Hudson against Roosevelt, picking Hudson. And Cloverleaf will beat Black River. Meanwhile, for high school girls basketball, tonight it's Highland Copley for a big game of, Suburban League American Conference Preview. Looking at the Suburban League website, what does it say for us? Our coaches is indeed Coach Madison, and some of our players to look out for are indeed Kennedy, Emily, and Grace Shondell. Of course, Grace Madison and Anya Van Kirk, Alina Van Kirk, I beg your pardon, that's her sister. Alina got hurt from volleyball, and Grace got hurt from soccer. So those are two of our starters. But I think we can still win. We got a good chunk of freshmen coming in. Our JV team was so good last year. I think we're going to win. Medina against Brunswick, picking the Bees. Stowe against Hudson, picking the Stowe Monroe Falls Bulldogs. Wadsworth will beat Twinsburg. Elyria Catholic over Lakewood. Westlake will beat Valley Forge. Here's the lock. Elyria beats Brooklyn, and an upset North Olmsted over Holy Name. Padua against Walsh, picking the Walsh Jesuit Warriors. Elyria Catholic will beat Hawken. Lutheran West over Keystone. Bay over Buckeye. Black River over Columbia. And Mentor over Shaker Heights. And now time for the Division III quarterfinals. My goodness, that is hard to believe, isn't it? Really hard to believe. North Central will decimate lacrosse despite the fact that they are on the road. I think they will easily win because that's just who they are. They know how to do it. But anyways, continuing. Wartburg against Whitewater, picking Wartburg. Alma will beat Cortland. And Johns Hopkins against Randolph-Macon. And then, time for the NFL. Cowboys against the Seahawks on Thursday night, picking the Cowboys. Then it's Tank Bowl. I would have played the Tank Bowl theme, but I completely forgot. And I'd be stalling if I were to, but I'm going to get right to it. Patriots-Chargers. Someone's got to win that game. I'm picking the Chargers. An upset going to be brewing at the Superdome when the Saints beat the Lions. And then the Jets suck taking on the Falcons. God, someone's got to win that game. I would have called it Tank Bowl, but the Falcons have a fair shot winning the division. Falcons are going to win. And Steelers are my lock of the week against the Arizona Cardinals. Colts will beat the Titans. Free Willy being the Commies. That doesn't need an explanation. Texans, Broncos. That'll be a good game. The Broncos are heating up, but the Texans are trying to avenge a tough loss last week. I'm going with the Denver Broncos. They'll pick up 6 in a row. Tank Division. Buccaneers against the Panthers without Frank Reich. Oh, God, someone's got to win that game, unfortunately. And I think, unfortunately, the Buccaneers will. Rams against the Browns. Hopefully, the Browns bounce back. They're all banged up and stuff, but I think they got it. The Eagles against the Niners, picking the Eagles. Chiefs will beat the Packers on Sunday night. And excuse me for that, the Jaguars do not play the Chiefs on, Monday night. I'm going to pull it up right now. So excuse me for this. No, it's not week 12. It's week 13. Good Lord, we are almost done with the season. The Jaguars are playing the Bengals. And I think the Jaguars are still going to win nonetheless. Well, I found it. My polls that I wrote all the way back in July on WHBW. If you don't follow us on Twitter, follow us at WHBW Sports. St. Ed's was the overwhelming majority to win Division 1. Division 2 was Hoban, but Washington in close second. Chardon in D3, but of course Toledo Central Catholic close. Glenville also out there. Ironton for Division 5. Kirtland Division 6. So out of all those schools, let me check again who's still alive out here. Sorry for not looking at the screen, folks. Where is it? It's right there. Perry against Liberty Center. Liberty Center's still in it. I have a representative from every division. I forgot to do Division 7 because I forgot. My apologies to all those Division 7 folks out there. But yeah, it's been kind of predictable, but you never know what can happen in the state championship. It's still been a fun season nonetheless. And of course, next week I will be likely doing my show from home if I do my show, because of the fact that we're going to have some renovations here at WCTV. How about that? And then 2 weeks from now, I'll be back in the studio. Well, folks, I'm Tommy Maroon, thanking you for watching. It is the Christmas holiday season. Hope you're enjoying it. Goes by too fast, doesn't it? Till then, I'm Tommy Maroon. I'll talk to you soon.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.